Here's a new book by Andres Marroquin Winkelmann called Zapallal Yurinaki. It's a book about two places in Peru, Zapallal and Yurinaki. It's Andres' second book, and for those who have followed my blog or what's going on in the world of photography a little bit, Andres and I are friends, and we're publishing books together as Meyer and Müller. So I keep that in mind. I think it's a very interesting book. Nevertheless, Peru is, I want to say, a little bit invisible in terms of contemporary photography. I could go on about that aspect for quite a while, but the world of contemporary photography is sort of centered on the US, Canada, and Europe, and then there are some other components. I don't know, maybe it's just the way it works online, but I think there's some huge gaps on our map. Of course, there's photography in Asia and China and Japan, which is an important component, but Africa and South America seem to be almost entirely absent. So let me show you the book. So this is how this starts out. You can see that the pages have different sizes, and here's some, I don't speak Spanish, so I have no idea what it says, but here's some written text by little children, I think. So these photographs. So if you speak Spanish, then of course you can read this. If not, then you can't. So anyway, I was saying that I think that it would be nice if those gaps in our photographic map would sort of start to get filled. Not just with photographers going to Peru, say, and taking pictures there. That's nice, that's one thing, but also, and especially photographers coming from, say, Peru or Colombia or Brazil or wherever else, presenting their work to, an international audience. So Andres lives in Peru and Berlin. He's currently on his way to Peru again. And if you'll immediately realize that this is probably not what you would expect from Peru if you sort of expected something at all. I suppose you would probably expect to see, llamas and people with funny hats. I don't know what else. Maybe some ruins. I don't know whether they have any there. Doesn't really matter. This is photography about Peru that's exploring that which is not so visible yet. These are small places. I think one is just outside of Lima, which is the capital, and the other one is kind of a 9-hour drive away. And Andres went there to take photographs of basically the lives of people living there in these places. I don't know whether the microphone is going to pick this up, but there's a cat meowing in the background. If you're wondering what that is, it's just one of our cats. So you see, this book is smartly designed. It's very contemporary look and feel. It's not over-designed. It's just the right amount of added elements, and then you get the essays are in the middle here on this blue paper. They're in Spanish, English, and German. I'm just going to skip over that. There are 2 essays. Just going to skip that. I think this book was made in collaboration with this gallery in Peru. Going back to the pictures. I'm a particular fan of Andres' still lifes, if you want to call them still lifes, but he has a good eye for capturing those moments. Oh, there's finally somebody with that funny hat. Guess you can't get away from it in Peru. You remember this from the cover. That stain is actually on the wall and not on the picture. And I believe that's the last picture. It kind of is, not really. At the end you get the little game with the different texts and the different size pages again. And that's really it. So the book is out. Oops, is out now. I forgot how you order it. In the US you can go to Photo Eye's website. In Europe you figure it out. I'm pretty sure Chardon or 25 Books has copies. There also is a limited edition box set which is rather beautiful. It comes with a couple prints and a custom-made box, which is beautiful. If you have the money and if you want to get 2 beautiful prints, that might be a good option. So this is Andres, Marroquin, Winkelmann, Zapallal, Yurinaki.